The Dodgers made multiple moves today, and I'm here to tell you how that's going to affect the team moving forward in the last couple weeks of the regular season. Hey, this is Mike Nelson of Dodgers Digest. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the almost 13% of you that are watching these videos that have already subscribed, but 86% of you have not hit that subscribe button yet. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any big Dodger news. Me and Brad J are bringing you everyday Dodger content. Let's get right into it. Of course, the Dodgers making some moves today. Bobby Miller, that's right, Bobby Miller was optioned to AAA Oklahoma City. Originally reported from David Vasse, AM 570. We love AM 570 right here on Dodgers Digest. David, you're invited anytime to come on the Dodgers Digest channel. It'll be an honor to have an LA Sports Radio legend, but you're going to have to also invite Petros. We're going to want to talk to Petros, too, from the Petros and Money Show. But anyway, Dodgers, of course, have optioned Bobby Miller to the minor leagues, which is, in my opinion, not much of a surprise because, look at the way Bobby Miller has been pitching. I saw some of the comments on social media. Bobby Miller has not looked like a pitcher who's major league ready. He has not looked like a pitcher who should be at the major league level. And it looks like he still needs more time to, build up his game, to build up his craft, to get ready for the major leagues. And, there's already reports that Bobby Miller's locker was cleaned out, so it looks like he's not going to be coming up with a big club, of course, in the regular season. He's still eligible, I believe, to come back for the playoffs, but, with the injuries the Dodgers are having, you can't completely rule it out, but the way it looks like Bobby Miller is, in fact, done for the 2024 season. With the locker getting cleaned out, it looks like the Dodgers don't want him back, and it looks like that will be until next season. So, yeah, the best of luck to Bobby Miller. He really struggled for sure down the stretch in his last few starts. He was just not the kind of pitcher that you want to see this time of year. The Dodgers are in the midst of a World Series run. They're trying to win the World Series this year, trying, of course, to lock up the division and then get that first-round bye, which is going to be paramount for this team considering all the injuries they have with the starting pitching. So, the Dodgers also, of course, called up Zach Logue, who pitched today. Didn't look too good. And then Michael Grove was optioned. Tyler Glasnow was moved to the 60-day injury list, basically signifying the end of his season. And then, of course, Joe Kelly was activated off the injury list, who also pitched in today's game. So definitely some moves. It's really great to see Joe Kelly back. I'm excited to see Joe Kelly, really contribute to this team down the stretch. The guy has playoff experience. He's a gamer. He loves to win. He really works hard. And, he really prepares well. I always feel like Joe Kelly's one of those pitchers that really prepares well for who he's going to pitch. He's not going to make, hopefully big mistakes, but usually he doesn't. Usually he's a pitcher that's very reliable, that, like I mentioned, is a gamer. He wants to win. He really works hard. And that's exactly what the Dodgers are going to need for this bullpen, who really has not looked very good as of late. So Joe Kelly is going to really be that addition for the Dodgers in the bullpen, especially come playoff time. Zach Logue is just a temporary fix. He will not be on the playoff roster. He's just going to be here most likely for the rest of the regular season. It's too late. Of course, Zach Logue was signed by the Dodgers on September 12th, so it's too late for him to be on the playoff roster. So Logue is just a temporary fix, like I mentioned. So, yeah, going back to Joe Kelly, really great to see Joe Kelly back. I'm excited to see what he could do to help this team out. A team that, I think really needs help when it comes to the bullpen. But in all this, the Dodgers got the W tonight, 8-4 over the Marlins. This is a big win, especially after the kind of a performance they had yesterday, an embarrassing loss. The Dodgers really bounced back and, got a good W today for sure. And Landon Knack was the star. The guy was great. Look at this, 5 innings pitched, wasn't charged with a run, 7 strikeouts. What a performance from Landon Knack, the young pitcher. That's kind of what we had hoped to see from Bobby Miller yesterday. Because think about it, the Marlins are a AAA baseball club. That's basically what this Miami Marlins team is. They're a AAA baseball club playing in the major leagues with a lot of names on there, with players that most likely the majority of the guys playing in today's game are not going to be in the major leagues in a couple years. They're all just trying to basically earn their spots here in the major leagues. A lot of them, as you know, it's very hard to make it in the major leagues. It's very hard. It's very difficult. So a lot of guys this time of year, especially on these teams that are out of the playoffs, you're playing guys that are not going to be part of your long-term future because these guys are just trying to make it. And that's what the Marlins are playing with right now. Guys that are really just trying to earn a spot on their team. And that's why you're excited to see Landon Knack really have a good performance. Because that's what he should. That's what you want to see against an opponent like this, a team that just frankly isn't that good, right? That's what the Marlins are. You'd hope to see Bobby Miller have a similar performance, because that's what would have, I think, kind of helped his case to try to make the playoff roster had he dominated against the Marlins, kind of like how Walker Buehler just did against the Atlanta Braves. That's the kind of performance that the Dodgers were kind of looking for from Bobby Miller, and that just didn't happen, right? So Landon Knack steps up, has a great game. Really got to commend the guy, the young pitcher. There's been a lot of people out there saying Landon Knack, is better than Bobby Miller. It's still yet to be seen, but Bobby Miller has looked better at times in the major league. So maybe Landon Knack's ceiling is better, or Landon Knack's ceiling is higher than Bobby Miller's, right? I think that's what Dodger fans out there are kind of, wondering right now. Is Landon Knack a pitcher that has a higher ceiling than Bobby Miller? And it's looking like he might, because especially after today's performance, he really showed a lot of control. And, the strikeouts were great. I mean, the guy was just on fire all night long. I say all night long, but it was afternoon for us. It was a 3:30 start, so that's keep that in mind. It was a afternoon for us here in LA, nighttime, of course, in Miami with the 3-hour time. It's always kind of strange how it's such a large country, right? The time differences. Dodgers are going to be dealing with that tomorrow, for sure. But yeah, and then of course Ohtani gets a stolen base. That was a big story today. So lucky, 49 stolen bases. Didn't get any home runs today, but 48-49. We're going to keep an eye on that. Ohtani chasing history. And just to close out today, some thoughts on today's game. Well, the bullpen, it wasn't the best. Logue didn't look very good. And, Trinan looked all right. But yeah, Logue, like I mentioned, is a short-term fix. It's not a pitcher that is going to be around with this team come playoff time. So can't look too much into that for sure. Now, another story, another note to this is the Padres did win today against Houston, unfortunately. So there's still a 3.5 game lead for the Dodgers. So tomorrow is a massive game for the Dodgers because the Dodgers have the opportunity to take a 4-game lead on San Diego because San Diego is off tomorrow. So the Dodgers win tomorrow, they'll have a 4-game lead over the Padres for the division lead. If they lose, it's going to fall to 3. So it's kind of a big game for the Dodgers. Well, every game is paramount at this time of the year. But tomorrow with the San Diego Padres off, you got to take advantage, get the W, take a 4-game lead to the weekend with just 9. It's just really going to put the Dodgers in a better position for this weekend and, of course, ahead of their series against the Padres next Tuesday. Tuesday through Thursday, San Diego is going to be coming right here to L.A. in a big series. Hopefully it's not a big series. Hopefully, like Earl Hershiser said in the broadcast yesterday, the series means close to nothing, right, for the Dodgers. They're already locked up. Good division. They're just playing for the bye. So that's what we're hoping for. Brewers did win today, so that fight for the second spot is getting, it's only 2 games right now. So, I believe 2 games right now. So it's pretty close. I believe it's 2 games. Dodgers have a 2-game lead over the Brewers, so it's pretty close right now. That might come down to the end. A lot going on for sure for the Dodgers. And also what I wanted to close out with, the Dodgers are going to deal with some jet lag tomorrow because they're going to play at 4:40 local time, 1:40 Pacific. Going to end that game and have to fly all the way back to L.A. after tomorrow night's game and then play Friday night. So we'll see how that affects the team Friday, having that long flight and having no off day, which is never a good thing. Make sure to subscribe, and let's go Dodgers.